I think I have a lot of stories about families and nursing, but I think some of the more profound ones occurred after I went through grad school. My graduate program in nursing education at Mankato is very steeped in family and in family theory. And more than just the life and death tales that happen to every ICU nurse at the bedside, the stories from that era of my career focus more around helping people overcome, helping people cope, helping people adjust to whatever crisis they had to face. One of the things that was very profound for me when I started school, I really had the idea that it's an academic exercise, get through, get your credentials, and move on to what you're going to do next with that degree. And I was not really prepared for the degree of transformation that you go through in that kind of program, and the fact that I really was going to learn practical things that were going to change the way I went to work every day. At the time, I was a nursing supervisor on the night shift, and I had been through the ICU many nights in a row and dealt with the same family member, a woman, in the family lounge. And night after night, I asked all my standard questions because I'm very family focused. How are you doing? Is there anything we can get for you? What news did you get today? You know, do you have any questions about that? Those types of things. And every night it was the exact same thing. People here are really nice. They're doing everything they can for me. I feel like I've gotten all the information I need. But she was so tense and so distraught underneath it all that I just kept feeling like I wasn't quite reaching her. I went to school. We had like one day a month that we actually met on campus, and the rest of our program was online. This was an on-campus day. And Sandy Eggenberger did a lecture on the concept of uncertainty and what that does to families, that living in the I don't know what's going to happen next, the toll that takes on them, just massive information about a word that's so common that I've been spelling it since the 3rd grade, okay? So armed with all this new knowledge, I come to work one more night. Sure enough, same lady in the lounge. Stop in to see her, do my usual thing, get all the same reactions, still feel like she's holding back. She needs me, but she just won't go there. And I decided to just take one more step and say, so how are you coping with all the uncertainty? This flood of emotion and intensity that came out of her, the fears, the things that she was worried about and harboring that couldn't possibly have ever happened, all of this stuff that she was keeping inside because she was trying to hang on to that and deal with that. So I spent a lot more time with her that night. I felt like she was in a much healthier place when I left her. And as I'm leaving the lounge, I hear her on her cell phone in the background because someone had called at 3 a.m. And I hear her saying, well, not much change today. Well, I'm doing okay, but the uncertainty is just crushing me. Oh, you don't mind driving down here tonight to be with me? That would be great. I don't need you to do anything, but I'm just hurting from the uncertainty. And her family member came to be with her because she could finally articulate what they could do with her. They could help her with that uncertainty and just live with it, be there with it. It was huge. It was very humbling to see the change and to realize that this wasn't something hard that I had to learn. It was just an awareness that I had to have. It was just a tool that I could put out there for people. I use that term and that tool almost daily now. It makes a big difference to people to have their pain labeled.